books, pages about, pages, pages, pages about. Read the books, that's what she cried. Now on her bed, the words fill her eyes. Oh, her halls are simple and few. Listen, I'm reading these views.
I have a bunch of books that I get to show you guys today in this haul. Actually, I haven't read any of these, but I'm going to read them because I'm very excited. There are a lot of romance books in this because somehow I got on a romance book mailing list and it's been like the best thing ever. So yes, I'm going to show you all of those. But first, I have a bunch of YA fantasy novels that I get to show you. First up is the second installment in the Bells series called The Everlasting Rose by Danielle Clayton. This is a YA fantasy, and this book has been kindly sponsored by Disney Book Group. Thank you so much to them. I have been wanting to read the first book for a very long time, but I wanted the second book because I heard there's a cliffhanger and you kind of want the second book to go into it. This book is kind of set in like a French Parisian type of world. The world is full of people who were born gray, which means that you're ugly, and only a few select were born the Bells. The Bells were gifted beauty when they were born because the goddess of beauty actually gave them these powers, and they have the abilities to change people's appearances, their personalities. They can make their organs healthy again, they can make their skin glow, they can make their hair different colors. It's like a real life Photoshop, but for your body. I've heard many people compare this book to the Hunger Games, like the Capitol. Everyone's outward appearance is so extravagant and so glamorously sinister because everyone only cares about what's on the outside. I have a personal connection to beauty standards. So many people in the plus size community are always constantly fighting what beauty standards are. Like, you don't need to look a certain way to be treated as a human. And I've experienced this throughout my entire life. Just because I might be a different size than other people doesn't mean that I get to be treated more poorly than others. So I've been very interested to read this book. I have it on audiobook. I can't wait to listen to it. This is the second book. It's out in stores right now. It's out March 5th. I'll have the first book and this one linked down below if you guys want to start reading it. I've actually had the wonderful chance to hang out with Danielle before in the past. Like, we've known each other for now a few years. She loves Outlander, so we were able to connect on that front. She speaks to my fangirl heart, but not only is she like a massive fangirl, she's also the COO of We Need Diverse Books. And she started a new boutique book agency company to bring books into the forefront called Cake Literacy. I'll have that link down below if you want to take a look at it. It's super cute. Love it. Love her, and I can't wait to support her in reading this story. Roshni Chokshi, another one of my favorite diverse authors out there. We have The Gilded Wolves. This came out in February. It's out in stores right now. This is an urban historical fantasy. So it's set in Paris. Actually, both of these stories are kind of have like a Parisian take on them. It's set in 1889 Paris, but we still have some like magical elements to the story. Wednesday Books has kindly sent me this book, and they sent me another one. I have 2 copies. Haha! If you guys haven't gotten a chance to pick up this yet in the bookstores, I will be giving one away on this video. So if you comment down below saying that you want this book, I will pick you randomly and then we'll get in contact and I'll be able to send it to you and you can tell me what you think of this book. I was very excited to read this because I know Rosh was working on a story that had some steam in it, and I've heard just amazing things about this angsty romance that's in here. So not only is the world beautiful and glittering, but we have a very angsty couple. Severin, who is the main character of this book, is a guy. I love that. Usually we don't get, a female author who's writing a man's point of view. It's always the other way around. A male author writing a women's point of view. So he and a group of ragtag characters set out to find an ancient artifact. If you guys like Six of Crows, I don't really want to put that into your head because I know a lot of people are like really comparing it to Six of Crows. I still have not read that book, so I'm very interested to read this one first and then read Six of Crows and see how they compare. But Rosh's writing is very beautiful and descriptive. But I'm so interested to see how she takes on a romance, because like we've gotten romance in her other books, but I've just heard that this one's so good and I can't wait to read it. I love like angsty romances. Like they just make me either so angry or just like so weepy. This book is linked down below. It's actually a series, it's not a standalone. So I'm very much looking forward to how she continues with this. Next, I'm going to shed light on an indie author. I don't actually have the book. I don't know where it went. I was supposed to get it, but it's actually free on Kindle Unlimited. If you guys don't have Kindle Unlimited, I highly encourage you to get it, especially if you're like a big romance reader. There's a bunch of free books that you can read. I think you pay like $4.99 a month, but you get literally unlimited books. This book is called Gendell, A Natural Warrior by a female author known as Leslie Landis. This is like her first array into the fiction world. The cover really brings up some anime vibes. So if you guys like anime, I would definitely suggest you read this. I am personally not a big fan of anime. I've tried. Someone just needs to tell me something to watch and then maybe I'll get into it or read. I don't know. I feel bad for like not liking this stuff because I know a lot of my friends do. So this is like a superhero action adventure book that has its roots into nature. So it has a conversation about ecologists, which I think the author knows a little bit about. We have the main character known as Jamie. He moves from Beijing, China, all the way to sunny Southern California, where I live, to UC Davis, and he meets another character called Robin. Robin can actually talk to insects, and Jamie has the power of silent talk. The silent talk does mean that he can talk to plants. The whole book about love and purpose and these two characters getting together, and also there's a lot of like fun side characters, so if you're really into like action adventure, anime, plants and stuff like that, I would definitely give it a try. I'll have a link down below if you want to get your hands on it, or you can get it for free if you have unlimited, so highly suggest. I'm very excited about this book. This is called Fix Her Up by Tessa Bailey. I feel like there are so many fun, romantic, contemporary books coming out because so many of these types of stories are getting so much space and light in the entertainment industry. And I'm so excited for all this newness coming. This is from Avon Books. So Avon Books is, I think, it's an imprint of HarperCollins, and all they do is promote and sell romance books. So the first thing, it says love wasn't in the blueprints. Georgette Castle's family runs the best home renovation business in town, but she picked balloons instead of blueprints, and they haven't taken her seriously since. What does that mean? You picked balloons instead of blueprints? She's like a party planner? Frankly, she's over it. Georgie loves planning children's parties, haha, guessed it, and making people laugh, just not at her own expense. She is determined to fix herself up into a woman of the world, whatever that means. Phase 1, new framework of her business. Phase 2, a get reno of her wardrobe. Phase 3, updates to her exterior. Do people still wax? Phase 4, put herself on the market. Ugh. Sorry, I'm having the thing where I get frustrated by the fact that women think that they need to look better to start dating people, and now my real life thoughts are going into this story, which is supposed to be cute and funny, but like, you know, we are trying to make the world better. I'm still gonna read it. It's probably gonna be really cute, but like, I just get irritated when romance books aren't taking on like the conversation of what the world is having. Sorry. I should have gotten this from the title. Next is a very anticipated book of 2019 called The Wicked King by Holly Black. I read The Cruel Prince last year. Didn't love it as much as everyone else did, but I'm definitely excited to read this. So many people had told me that it's like Hermione and Draco, which is one of my favorite ships. It's not. Don't get that into your head, real Hermione people. Still very excited for this. I love Holly Black. I love her writing, and I'm going to read this soon. Next is Sanjay Menon's new YA contemporary, There's Something About Sweetie. This is a plus size, thank you, romantic cuteness story. Got this like little art print that says, Sassy Sweetie, To know her is to love her. And we got some thickness, and we got some tall action. I just love. I'm very excited. She looks like she's actually in like athletic gear, which is so great because you can still be plus size and be active. That's a thing. I'm gonna have a video all about body positivity soon. Don't you worry. I'm just so excited to see this. This is out in May, so you can get your hands on it then. I was then sent an advanced copy of Kingsbane, the second book in the Imperium trilogy. I read Furyborn last year with my Fiction Faction girls, and ooh, I'm so excited for this. The first one, Furyborn, really reminded me of Once Upon a Time, so I'm very excited to see how this continues in this one. The cover is so beautiful. I love this. It was much like The Evil Queen and Emma Swan. Next up is Romanov by my friend Nadine Brands. This comes out May 7th. This is a book about the Romanovs. Anastasia Romanov. The history books say I died. They don't know the half of it. So this is I think a fantasy take on Anastasia's story. I really don't want to go more into it. You know, the Romanovs is always usually about like how they died. This is not really that. It's Anastasia's on a mission, I think, to save her family. Anyways, this is what this book is, out May 7th. This book just came and showed up on my doorstep. It's Cassandra Clare's and Wesley Chu, so it's basically written by Wesley Chu and then edited by Cassandra Clare. The Eldest Curses, book 1. Oh, this is about Magnus and Alec. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. I feel so out of touch with the Shadowhunter series and books. I haven't read any of the new stuff. I feel very behind. Last thing I read, I think, was like the Simon book, but this is coming out April 2019. Alright, so I got this book by Lizzie Mason, The Art of Losing. Lizzie Mason actually is Sarah J. Maas's editor, agent, something like that. She's awesome. I'm so excited for her. She wrote a book. This was published by Soho Teen, which actually published Adam Silvera's first couple books. A brave and beautiful story about sisters' addiction and finding your place in the world. A book that belongs on every shelf. Yeah, I don't really know what this is about. Oh gosh, okay. One terrible night, 17-year-old Harley Langston's life changes forever. At a party, she discovers her boyfriend, Mike, hooking up with her younger sister, Audrey. Furious, she abandons them both. Whoa, this keeps getting worse. When Mike drunkenly attempts to drive Audrey home, he crashes and Audrey ends up in a coma. Now Harley is left with guilt, grief, pain, and the undeniable truth that her now ex-boyfriend has a drinking problem. So it's a surprise that she finds herself reconnecting with Raph, a neighbor and childhood friend who's recently out of rehab and still wrestling with his own demons. If you guys like some angsty contemporary, this one is for you. All right. We got the new Christina Lauren here. This is my favorite half nightstand. So excited for this. This one's already out. I actually have their new book already called The Unhoneymooners, but that one's not out until like May. So I didn't want to show you and get all your hopes up, but this one's out so you can read this. Basically, the title says it all, and it's hilarious and funny, and I love Christina Lauren, and you should read every single book that they've ever written because they're my favorite and I love them. Oh, I forgot about this one. We got another romance book. This is The Bride Test by Helen Huang. Helen Huang wrote The Kiss Quotient, and I'm so excited for this. I reached out. I'm like, please send me her new book. Yet I still haven't read it. This one is out on May 7th. Holy crap. There's a lot of books coming out on May 7th. I think Christine's book comes out May 7th. I still don't even have that arc. From the critically acclaimed author of The Kiss Quotient comes a romantic novel about love that crosses international borders and all boundaries of the heart. This is another book that deals with autism. Her first book dealt with Asperger's, and so the main guy, Kai Deep, has autism and he can't really process emotions, like the big ones. He wants to avoid relationships but still get married, so he goes to Vietnam and finds a wife. And that's what this is all about. I love it. I love that we get to focus on diverse people in romance books, and we get to, can we just have more of this, please? Why don't we have more of this and not just like the dumb easy tropes? But I know we still love the dumb easy tropes, but this still gets people reading. Okay, I got this in the mail too. This is a book bow. I love book bow. It is like, I don't know if you could see it, but it looks like a script for the movie After. Now, I've never read After, but I know a lot about it though. Here's the book, and it's very steamy cover. Emma just tweeted that this guy played young Voldemort. News to me. After is a fanfiction turned into a series. It's a massive series. So many people give this series a lot of hate for what it deals with. Just like I was saying earlier in this video, there's a lot of romance that, you know, doesn't really challenge you. Now, while I say that, I still think it's amazing the women behind these stories. Now, Anna Todd, who gets so much flack all the time, I just have to give her so many kudos. She literally turned fanfiction into a massive popular series. And that's incredible. Like, I'm so thrilled for her and all that she does. And now it's a movie. And she made this movie herself, guys. Like, this was all her. You know how hard it is to make movies? How hard it is to convince those, like, white Hollywood men to make something a movie? Very difficult. And she did it. And I'm very proud of her and this boss babe. And I can't say enough about that. It's so amazing to see women succeed and to make their dreams come true. Can't wait to watch the movie. This is a book from another indie author by Danny J. The Taming of Lions, Volume 1. A heartfelt journey you can't help but fall in love with. This is a very vague description back here. I think it's about a man who deals with two different parts of his life. There was some flashes of his previous life coming forward, and he's just very confused about who he is until he meets another young man, Edward, who is struggling with an uncertainty of his own, his future. So I think, is this an LGBTQ romance? I'm not sure. The author got in contact with me on Twitter and wanted to send this, sorry, not Twitter, Instagram, and she wanted to send it to me, and I'm like, yeah, I'll definitely try it out. I don't know, I wish I knew more. But the back doesn't give much. I was once a lion tamer, or was it that I herded sheep? Is the burning question etched in Charlie Gates' mind. For a man who forgets things so easily, he seems to have an easier time recalling memories of a life that wasn't exactly his. I don't know. I'll have a link down below. We have some very Harlequin-esque romance novels that just crack me up. They keep showing up on my doorstep. My mom, she keeps stealing them from me because these are her crack. Thank you. But I do know this author, Lisa Kleypas. This is Devil's Daughter. Next, I have Karen Rainey, To Wed an Heiress. And last, I have Julie Ann Long, Lady Deering Takes a Lover. Ooh. I'm gonna give these a try. I'm typically not this type of novel reader, but it could be fun, and I'd rather have a dialogue about it than not know what's in it at all. That is my book haul for the winter, end of winter, I guess. Thank you all so much for watching. I'm Natasha. Please follow me on Instagram. Shameless plug right there. I love Instagram, and I'm always connecting with everyone there, and that's how I let you know what I'm currently reading. Also, make sure to subscribe to this channel. I make videos every week, and I will see you in the future. Keep calm and fangirl on. Bye!